while we were gone yesterday, we went over the elements and principles of photography. We did this in a group activity using the board. So what we did is, again, we captured and remembered what these terms were. These are your elements. They're like the nouns of design, the things that you can literally point to in the photograph. These are your principles. These are based on mixing up and using the elements in interesting ways. So these are kind of like the verbs of design. So using this non-traditional photograph, we're going to evaluate it and look for the elements and principles that we see. Most likely, we're not going to see all of them, and that's true for all photography. So first thing is this group of elements. We have line. So line, I definitely see some lines here. So the lines are kind of all over the place. You'll notice that there are curved lines. They're moving, and they're all over the place. So we definitely have line. We also have shape. So shape are enclosed lines. It's where the line encloses to create a shape. So we definitely have a couple of those. Form, not so much. We do have an area down here that seems three-dimensional, but we can't see the true height, width, and depth. To be honest, that kind of area created there is better represented with this, which is your space and your depth of field. So this depth of field understanding, we can tell which one's closer to us and what's farther away. So we have a good idea of the depth that we see. Value, we definitely see different comparisons of value. We have dark against the light, and if you didn't have those comparisons, you wouldn't know which one was which. And then we also definitely have texture. There's some texture down here. It's an implied texture, and we can kind of see how that would feel. Now we're getting to the principles. Pattern, I don't really see a pattern. There's not a predictable pattern of what's going to happen next. Balance, we can still circle it, but I would say this is an asymmetrical balance. Nothing can be folded in half and equal on both sides. Variety, yes. So variety is where one thing is the same and something else is different. We have very similar shapes, but different colors, different spacing. Movement, yes. And we have the idea of movement about how our eyes move through the image itself. They kind of move around. Emphasis, not necessarily. There's nothing that's being emphasized over anything else. And the proportion, no, because there's no real comparison of sizes in this. So this is what we kind of did yesterday. We reviewed a couple of different images, and then as a group, like here's an example, you presented these to the class.